seperti mana yang kita tahu ataupun mungkin tidak, kita punya institusi bank ni sangat-sangat kaya. It is one of the most lucrative market di dalam Malaysia. Kalau you tengok the top 50 institution ataupun 50 companies dalam Malaysia, banyaknya dipelopori oleh bank. Assalamualaikum, selamat sejahtera semua. Welcome back to episode number 6 of Apa Dia Podcast. Bersama saya Aizat dan
saya Dishan.
Dan kita pada hari ini berada di lokasi baharu, iaitu di Taman Tasik Danau Kota. Dekat dengan area Wangsa Maju. Sepatutnya kita nak menghadap ke Tasik, tetapi unfortunately ada sedikit lighting issue. So kita terpaksa menghadap ke sini lah. So kalau ada orang lalu lalang tu, anggaplah sebagai penyeri episod ni. Extra lah, so to say. Alright Dishan, so maybe we can start with the first topic we want to discuss. So what is it?
Kita sebab minggu lepas kita berat dengan politik kan.
Okay.
So minggu ni kita nak balance. Kita nak touch on non-political issues. Walaupun berkait tapi it's not politik directly.
Fascinating. Kita tak pernah try lagi benda ni. So let's give it a try.
Yeah, let's go. Okay. Alright. So the first topic Zat, it's regarding baru-baru ni macam kita bincang minggu lepas yang our PMX dia pergi ke New York untuk persidangan UNGA. Unggah. Okay, and time tu adalah beberapa aktiviti sampingan yang dibuat other than meeting the investors. PMX juga adakan sesi town hall and dinner with rakyat Malaysia yang berada di sana. And one of the question actually caught my attention, which was regarding dual citizenship. So ada seorang tu dia tanyalah, is it possible ataupun is Malaysia considering to open a dual citizenship? We don't have that yet in our constitution. It's not allowed for now. But do you think there's any possibilities in our constitution or in terms of our rights, human right lah kononnya kan? Do we have that or are we allowed to do that?
Alright. So Disha, first and foremost, citizenship ni dia tak ada kena-mengena dengan human right. It is a separate topic. Sajalah. Saya ingatkan tak tahu tadi. Alright, so kita kena faham dulu isu citizenship ni adalah isu, mungkin kita boleh cerita sedikit Dishan sejarah dia. Because before this, macam mana kita tahu citizenship ni adalah something yang very exclusive. Kalau kita lihat pada penubuhan sejarah negara kita, if you still remember waktu Melayu Union dulu, kenapa ditentang habis-habisan oleh orang Melayu dan juga raja-raja Melayu, adalah kerana prinsip kerakyatan berdasarkan jus soli. Jus soli ni untuk pengetahuan semua adalah kerakyatan berdasarkan land, right of land, iaitu kalau you lahir kat negara tu, you adalah citizen of that country. So memang orang,
maybe you wanna just explain to them the difference between jus soli and the other jus.
The other jus apa?
The other jus.
What is the other jus?
Lupa.
So jus soli is a very different concept, right of land. Kalau yang satu lagi adalah jus sanguinis. Jus sanguinis ni maksudnya darah. Kalau kita direct translation daripada Latin. So it is very understandable daripada situ, quite self-explanatory. It is by way of blood. Katakanlah untuk you jadi citizen of satu negara tu, mak ayah atau ayah kena adalah citizen negara tu, baru you boleh jadi citizen negara tu. So that is the difference between the two. But coming back to that, so memang raja-raja Melayu dengan orang-orang Melayu memang marahlah dengan prinsip jus soli ni, sebab dia rasa macam tanah Melayu untuk orang Melayu sahaja. And then kita fast forward kepada 1955, 1957, area 1950-an. Waktu itulah di mana kita punya raja-raja Melayu dan juga orang-orang Melayu melihat kepada syarat Britain waktu itu, menyatakan kalau nak kemerdekaan, orang-orang Melayu kena bekerjasama dan mencapai kata sepakat dengan orang India dan juga orang Cina. So macam mana yang kita tahu, orang India dan Cina mahukan kerakyatan, orang Melayu mahu kemerdekaan. So the neutral ataupun the promise that was given was that kita akan bagi orang India dan orang Cina kerakyatan in exchange. Orang India dan orang Cina kena concede kepada hak keistimewaan orang Melayu dan juga status Islam sebagai the federal ataupun the
Agama rasmi.
Islam sebagai religion of the federation. So that is the history, Dishan. As for
That's when social contract came in, right?
yes, that is the social contract. Dan kenapa orang mempertikaikan kenapa ada hak kerakyatan orang Melayu semua ni kenapa masih relevan, tetapi bila kita tengok sejarah, that is the way it is lah. So berbalik kepada dual citizenship ni, so betul, you are right when you say that dual citizenship is not really a thing in our country, disebabkan if I may, saya buka kita punya kitab utama kita.
Kitab
Saya dah siap
pengamal undang-undang.
Tapi it's a good untuk semua orang untuk faham, dan juga tak adalah nak faham semua sekali, tetapi understand a bit about our constitution. I think that's very important lah,
This
Dishan.
is our basic rights juga.
Betul. This is our country in one book. Yeah, exactly. So kalau saya, if I may, saya buka kepada artikel ataupun perkara 24. Dalam perkara 24 ini adalah yang sebenarnya menyatakan bahawa sekiranya ada orang rakyat Malaysia yang mempunyai citizenship di luar negara atau negara lain, jadi government kita boleh, the keyword here is boleh. Kalau dalam translation English dia adalah may by order deprive that person of our citizenship. Maksud di sini, kalau awak ada citizenship dekat negara lain, kerajaan Malaysia boleh ambil balik citizenship negara Malaysia ini untuk awak.
So does that mean the government has a choice not to do that as well?
By law, by my interpretation of the black and white dalam ni, may is showing that the government has a choice.
Okay.
It is by discretion of the country, by the government. So nampak gayanya, berdasarkan pemahaman saya, adalah kerajaan ada, maksudnya the restriction tu adalah by way of choice by the government. Maksudnya dia bukanlah terus you shall not be the citizen.
Okay.
You by order may.
Wow.
So that is the law lah dekat sini, Dishan. As to whether kita perlu atau tidak, maybe that is something that we can discuss.
Yeah,
So what do you feel, Dishan?
Whether we should have dual citizenship ke tidak, again, historically we know why we don't have, but moving forward we have to look into why is this a question now, right? Sebab kalau kita tengok, the countries that allow dual citizenship ni are mostly those developed countries lah, kan? US, UK, blah blah blah, semua tu. So those developed countries, diorang allow dual citizenship. But then we are considered a developing country. We are not there yet, but we are trying. Why I would say the direct answer for this is yes and no, of course. The yes would be sebab the moment you open for dual citizenship, you give opportunity for professionals to move. Looking at the current narrative, current roadmap, current plan untuk our government's current industrial plan pun, we want Malaysia to be a hub of professionals, not just labour workers, not just buruh lah kan, not just buruh, tapi skilled professional workers.
Expect ke?
Our country lah, like our locals to be that, to be skilled professionals.
Okay.
So for us to have that, to reach that, we need expats to move here to train the locals. So when you open dual citizenship, expats yang dah duduk lama kat sini, diorang dah selesa kat sini, and maybe their family is already here, their child dari kecil sampai besar. Sebab the moment expat move here, diorang bukannya duduk setahun 2 tahun je.
Dishan, mungkin sebelum kita pergi jauh, mungkin you can explain apakah itu expat.
Okay. So expats are considered professionals daripada negara luar. Tak kisah negara mana sekalipun, negara luar. Daripada Indonesia pun consider expat, daripada US pun consider expat. But usually the stereotype is the moment we say expats, it's always whites.
Yeah.
I don't know why Malaysians have that stereotype, but we always have that.
Yeah.
The moment dapat je non-white, kecewa.
Dia ringkas untuk expatriates kan?
Yeah, expatriates, yes.
Dia senang cerita dia adalah tenaga luar yang berkelas tinggi sikit lah.
Yes, betul.
The ones that you see yang bekerja sebagai CEO dan sebagainya.
Bukan the buruh yang macam contohnya yang bekerja di di tempat construction ataupun kilang-kilang. Contohnya macam usually daripada negara Bangladesh, daripada negara India. India ni ada dua lah. We have the professionals and we also have the hard labours. So the professionals usually IT sector, and then the hard labours, constructions, kilang and so on. So India and apa lagi, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. So those are the hard labours that we have. So yang tu kita tak classify them as expatriates. So the professionals we classify them as expatriates or expats lah in short. So going back to expats, the moment they move here, because they move here bukannya diorang nak, diorang dihantar. They didn't move here to make a living. They were sent here. Usually these MNCs, what they do is they do, I mean it's kind of aligned with the government punya idea, which is MNCs, I mean most of the big companies, diorang akan hantar expats to train the locals. Why? I mean, if I may interpret in terms of how MNCs look at it, is the moment dia hantar expats kat sini, expats will train the locals and the operation can run here. So the operation in terms of cost of operation, in terms of labour, is cheap. So they don't need to pay how they pay expats. They can just pay whatever local market is. So that's one of the reason how MNCs operate. So bila expats move here, they don't stay like setahun 2 tahun because they need to train the entire community. Like contohnya they are head of department. Usually they hold manager role lah kan. So the moment they hold contoh lah they are head of a department, they have to train the entire department. And you can't just train a department in 1 or 2 years. It needs 5, 6, even up to 10 years. So in that time period, diorang akan kahwin, diorang akan ada anak diorang pergi sekolah, and they are already like sort of living Malaysian lah. So diorang dah selesa sini, anak diorang pun dah belajar kat sini apa semua. So most of them, they would try to look for opportunity to settle down here. Because diorang dah membesar with this environment and they feel like, oh, Malaysia is not a bad choice. Sebab another thing, if they go back dah, cost of living is very high dah. So here they already paid high with a lower cost of living. So they are happy here. A place where they can settle down. And actually Malaysia is a livable place for expats. Like, I mean, being Malaysian, of course you have never been satisfied of your own country, but for those coming from abroad, it's a livable country actually for them. They really enjoy living here. The balance between the city and also the green, they really love that. So bila diorang gerak ke sini, they train apa semua, and then the moment they want to settle down, diorang tak nak lah settle down. Contoh lah I'm an expat, US citizen, I come here, I'm gonna die tomorrow, tapi I'm dying as a US citizen. I've been living here like 20 or 30 years, tapi I'm gonna die as a US citizen. No, why not? I just settle down here and then my kids can also settle down here. So looking at that, in terms of professionalism, yes, sebab industri kita nak gerak towards professional and high skilled workers. So that would be a good opportunity, more expats to move here, to settle down here, to train the locals and everything. But again, to the no, kalau nak go to the no, which it will cause imbalance in terms of the society. Sebab, like it or not, our country, we still have this special rights for the Malays and everything. So the moment there's more expats or more foreigners coming in, getting this dual citizenship, being a Malaysian citizen, because the moment you get a dual citizen ataupun you get Malaysian citizenship, you have the rights to vote. Kan? Betul tak?
Yeah.
And then the moment you can decide the political scene of the country. So bila society is not balanced, contoh the non-Malays tiba-tiba jadi lebih daripada the Malays. It's gonna be really, really bad.
Yeah.
What do you think about the imbalance in the society?
Before I go to the imbalance, I just would like to touch on the expatriates too.
Okay.
I do agree with you, Dishan, tetapi just to challenge you a bit, there's nothing stopping them to get citizenship in our country. There's nothing. It's just that they have to let go mana-mana citizenship negara asal mereka dan apply untuk negara Malaysia saja. So on that note, Dishan, then by right tak perlu pun isu dual citizenship ni kan?
Yeah. Yes and no again. Okay. Kalau we are looking at straightforward, yes. Tapi if we would wanna look at the waiting list yang baru-baru ni Menteri KDN announce, ramai gila application and it's still pending forever. We have a lot of application and we are actually kind of strict in terms of our citizenship. It's good and bad in some ways. Always there's a balance kan. It's good and bad in some ways. Tapi bila kita tengok benda ni, there's a lot of applications and it's still pending. So why not to ease that, to fully convert your citizenship rather than you go through the waiting list? Why not open up for dual citizenship? At least you can shorten that list and you have another list. So you have two different options.
Why is there two lists again? Sorry?
Sebab one is to fully, maksudnya not to be a dual citizenship, but to be a Malaysian directly, because some countries they don't allow that, right?
Because if you want to be, if let's say dual citizenship pun, you kena ambil citizenship negara kita, so waiting list yang sama bukan?
How I look at it is, kalau apply for dual citizenship, it's a different application, and full citizenship is a different application.
If let's say negara kita boleh dual citizenship, I think it's going to be
It's
the same.
application.
Yeah, because you nak cuma membolehkan you memegang dua lah. So saya rasa waiting list tetap akan ramai, kecuali lah dia jadi pemain bola. Pemain bola.
Naturalisasi.
Naturalisasi.
Dia lain.
Itu macam senang je nak dapat.
Itu gelecek-gelecek dapat.
That is something that has always been at the forefront of our people punya concern.
Tapi even that kan, Zat, maybe to touch on, sebab you touch about football kan, back then bila at the early stage, bila kita nak ada pemain naturalisasi, banyak tentangan.
Betul.
From the locals, from peminat-peminat bola sendiri pun, they were like, oh nanti hilang bakat apa semua, where the local talent will be challenged and everything. But then slowly when it happened, like people start to accept it, and then sebab they are becoming Malaysian at the end, so why not?
Tapi kalau kita go on this argument, then it's going to be
forever.
Yeah, sebab kita boleh cakap pasal stateless children dekat Sabah.
True.
Dan sebagainya. Maybe kita boleh discuss benda ni on another topic ataupun episode. But coming back to your question about the shift in
Social
dynamic and social dynamic. Kalau katakanlah kalau kita benarkan dual citizenship ni, saya setuju Dishan. Memang akan berlaku sedikit masalah sebab saya, okay lah, let me throw out my opinion terus lah dengan soalan you ni. I don't agree with dual citizenship because my personal opinion is that citizenship should be something that is very exclusive. Once you get it, once you have it, you kena make sure that you setia kepada negara itu dan juga setia kepada institusi negara itu sendiri. You cannot have your cake, you cannot have your, what's the word you cannot have your cake and eat it, something like that. So you tak boleh lah nak ada the best of both worlds. Sebab citizenship ada setengah, kita kena mengakui dan kita juga kena highlight kat sini, ada negara senang untuk dapat citizenship dan ada negara yang susah. Betul. Malaysia is one of them yang susah. Betul. Jadi once you ada tu, untuk you dapat, untuk kita buat dual citizenship is a bit, I would say not suitable. Sebab again, our citizenship is very powerful. Bila kita dapat kita dapat banyak insentif, minyak kita jadi murah dan sebagainya. So yeah, Dishan, on top of what you said just now lah, tentang voting rights, which I do agree, dan juga on the polemic, on the base of our politics, di mana kuota ataupun the majority of Malays akan terganggu dan sebagainya, is going to create a lot of problems dual citizenship ni. So I don't think that it should be done. And I hope that the discussion between Datuk Syed Anwar dan juga the other committee members ataupun orang-orang yang berkenaan will come to the same conclusion. That's on my side.
Because the way I look at it, contoh like back to expats lah kan. Sometimes they just feel I was born in US, but then I moved here. Why should I leave where I born and come here on full transfer? So I would say at a certain point, maybe not yet for now, but later on, some days in the future, Malaysia needs to consider that. I don't think it's anywhere in the nearer future, but someday later on, Malaysia needs to consider that.
My comment, my simple comment, very quick comment on that is that sama je. Kalau you nak jadi warga negara dekat, you dah kerja sini, you rasa macam sini duduk senang, harga sara diri pun rendah, boleh, tak ada masalah, apply jadi rakyat negara kita, lepaskan kerakyatan negara lama you. No problem. You nak apa tu, end your life here dengan aman, no problem, apply. Just you cannot have it both ways lah. That's what I'm trying to say here.
Sometimes they want benefits from both countries, kan?
That is why I am against dual citizenship ni. It is very dia tak profit kepada negara.
Yeah.
Dia profit kepada individuals. And at the end of the day, no one is bigger than the country.
True.
I repeat, no one is bigger than the country. So yes, that is my conclusion at the end of the day. Tapi Dishan, mungkin for the benefit of our viewers and listeners, kita boleh cerita sedikit macam mana. Katakanlah kalau Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim dan juga orang-orang yang berkenaan, the cabinet lah senang cerita, merasakan bahawa dual citizenship is the way to go.
Yeah.
Bagaimanakah
What's the process? Betul.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, constitutionally, how can we make it happen?
Okay. Saya terus terang, this is everything. This is our document of destiny kita. Our manifestation of our hopes, our
Kitab
past, kitab kita. Dan kitab kita ni adalah something that is ever changing. Boleh berubah dan perlu berubah mengikut keadaan semasa. Jadi macam saya cakap tadi, larangan ataupun prohibition untuk dual citizenship ada di dalam perkara 24. Jadi benda yang pertama yang perlu berubah adalah perkara 24. Perlu dipinda ataupun dimansuhkan dengan dengan keseluruhannya. Jadi untuk memansuhkan perkara 24, sefaham saya adalah memerlukan bukan sahaja 2/3 daripada kabinet, daripada parlimen, tetapi juga memerlukan persetujuan atau consent daripada Majlis Raja-Raja Melayu. That is the special of citizenship. Sebab kan kita punya core issue daripada dulu lagi citizenship. So citizenship ni merupakan kuasa Raja-Raja Melayu yang telah diturunkan kepada kabinet sebenarnya. Because when you are a citizen of our country, especially our country dan negara-negara yang ada raja, your loyalty, when you are a citizen, your loyalty is not only to the country but also to the king.
To the king. Betul.
Itu sebabnya saya cakap sekarang ni, kalau awak ada dual citizenship, awak ada dua loyalty, you are divided. So again, ini belum cakap lagi Disha pasal espionage. Kita cakap lagi pasal nak isu tentang ada spy lah sebagainya.
Betul.
Yang mungkin kita ada orang gunting dalam selimut. That's why Sikitol. So that's why I am against dual citizenship, Dishan. Tapi that is the process lah.
Okay.
2/3 dan juga consent daripada Raja-Raja Melayu.
Alright, okay. I think it was a good discussion.
Yeah.
We touch about the process.
So before we end, Dishan, I tak jelas lagi dengan you punya pendirian.
Pendirian saya, not for now, but one day I would like to see it happen.
Sebabkan the economical
benefits, yes.
Okay. So saya lebih kepada loyalty lah. Saya orang yang agak setia. Jadi saya setia. Saya tak, awak setia tapi macam ekonomi banyak duit ni dia ni.
I mean, why not if it's benefiting? But it needs certain sort of restriction lah. Sebab again, like even a few abroad countries pun kalau kita tengok, it allows dual citizenship with only a certain countries. Kan?
Some countries lah.
Yeah, some countries they do that. So we can have a specific classification juga. Like okay, maybe boleh ada dual citizenship, but a certain restrictions lah, like you have to stay here for how many years ke apa ke, and also in terms of numbers juga kita kena kawal lah, so that the society balance tu. Sebab at the end of the day, society balance, the moment it has been touched, dia bukan saja it will be a modal politik, it will cause so much of chaos even on the ground from the people. So social balance tu kena kawal, tapi why not try to open up a bit, tapi at the same time try to the balance tu ada lah, so that it doesn't go more or less.
It's a very tricky balance, ataupun the line can be quite blurry.
True.
Tetapi betul lah apa yang PM cakap. Dia tak boleh he gave the right response.
You can't say yes or no.
Cannot, dia kena discuss benda ni, sebab kalau dia bagi yes, masalah. Kalau dia cakap no, mengecilkan hati. Sebab saya yakin orang-orang yang nak dual citizenship ni adalah orang-orang yang dah duduk dekat luar lama.
Betul.
Tapi dia tak nak lepaskan hak-hak ataupun keistimewaan dengan the privilege of being a Malaysian.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, people that are wanting this dual citizenship are quite selfish. People that want the best of both worlds. That is my opinion. So that's why I am against dual citizenship and kekal dengan satu, setia pada yang satu.
Saya positif pada satu. Okay, Zat.
Alright,
Maybe
okay.
we'll take a break and
Okay.
then we'll come back.
Alright, sure. Tak setia ni Syan. Setia ke tak setia? Alright, welcome back guys. Kita sebelum kita berehat, kita telah bincangkan tentang kerakyatan, isu whether perlu ke tidak dual citizenship. So now that we are back, saya rasa saya nak sembang pasal KWSP, boleh ke Dishan?
Boleh,
Okay, so-
saya suka.
Suka kan? So Dishan, apa dia dengan KWSP?
KWSP ni, I think we know lah KWSP, EPF. So recently apa jadi dengan KWSP, diorang baru umumkan first half dia H1 punya keuntungan,
Okay.
sebanyak 33.19 bilion, which is considered as very good performance for first half, where kita tahu KWSP has been suffering for some time, lagi-lagi sejak COVID and sejak ada pengeluaran tertentu kan.
Yeah.
So daripada situ, I think they will complete this year, a full year without all those pengeluaran. So I think it's a good progress, I would say, which they made for the first half dengan 33.19, and it's projected for the entire year around dalam 60 billion lah.
Okay.
Because it's 33 just times 2 lah. So it's projected to be around 60 billion.
Okay.
Which is a good thing. And yeah, what does that actually mean to us?
Okay Dishan, before we go any further, sebab mungkin ada daripada kita punya audience dan pendengar kita yang yang belum lagi bekerja, maybe we can go back to the fundamentals.
Okay.
Dishan, what is KWSP in a nutshell?
Alright, so KWSP ni merupakan nama panjangnya Kumpulan Wang Simpanan Pekerja. Okay, which is EPF lah.
Yeah.
Employee
Provident Fund.
Yes. So KWSP ni senang cerita, it's a government policy di mana untuk semua pekerja-pekerja adakan satu tabung simpanan untuk hari tua. So the moment you have retired ataupun you lost your job or something, you have a saving for you to sustain for the rest of your life. Because kita tak boleh lah bekerja sepanjang hidup kan, sampai
Betul.
umur 80, 90, takkanlah kita nak kerja lagi unless you are someone else tu, lain lah cerita.
Yang doktor tu
Tak tahulah Zat.
yang doktor yang ada tun tu.
Tak tahu, saya tak
Tahu,
nak surat sampai ke rumah.
Okay.
So I mean, obviously we are not gonna do that. We are not gonna work forever. So ini adalah satu policy yang bagus, and just for your information as well, Zat, this EPF thing is a very well known program that has been dapat pengiktirafan antarabangsa tau sebenarnya. Like many foreign countries ataupun industries like mana-mana industri lah, international corporations, diorang sebenarnya pandang tinggi kepada this EPF that we have. Sebab to be honest, many MNCs diorang adalah their pension saving plans, apa bla 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 semua tu kan. So they have those things, tapi when they see the government like local in Malaysia, we have this and it's very strict tau. Like you have to. Sebab one thing about EPF ni, KWSP, carumannya bukan hanya daripada pekerja, tapi daripada majikan pun kena contribute.
Yeah.
And on top of all those contribution, you get dividend every year.
Yeah.
Which is a really, really, really good program, good initiative that has been for some time in Malaysia, and it needs to sustain, if you ask me.
Yeah. Untuk
Do you want to add something?
Yes, sedikit untuk adik-adik semua yang belum bekerja lagi, apa yang Dishan basically cakap tadi adalah you dah kerja nanti akan ada something yang bernama EPF yang
potongan-potongan dia.
Ada potongan-potongan daripada gaji you yang akan masuk dalam EPF. Kalau pekerja sebanyak 11%, dan untuk majikan pula berdasarkan gaji, kalau gaji adik adalah lebih daripada 5,000, ia adalah 20%.
13.
Lebih daripada 5,000.
Lebih daripada 5,000 is
12.
Lebih 13 kan?
Lebih 12.
Oh, lebih 12. Okay.
Yes. Lebih daripada 5,000, 12% majikan perlu carum. Kalau kurang dari 5,000, majikan perlu carum sebanyak 13%. So itulah EPF, dan macam Dishan cakap, ini adalah basically pension scheme lah, I would say. Lebih pada macam dia macam pension scheme.
Bukan pyramid scheme.
Ya, bukan pyramid scheme. Dia adalah pension scheme untuk simpanan di hari tua.
Yes.
And I would say it's a very good thing. I concur with Dishan. Applause to our government and also our forefathers for doing this. Dishan, mungkin now we can go to the impact, Dishan.
Yes, sure. And for you guys punya information and for yourself as well, Zat, caruman kita memang 11%, tapi you can always add on top of it.
Betul. Itu adalah what we
individual
call as
contribution.
Statutory contribution, iaitu contribution berkanun di bawah akta EPF.
Yes.
So kalau majikan ataupun majikan pun boleh tambah, you pun boleh tambah sebagai seorang pekerja kalau you nak lebih. Sebab mungkin ada inisiatif sendiri untuk tambah, sebab macam I think Dishan will explain kenapa kita perlu mencarum dengan lebih mungkin tahun ni. Tahun ni
especially tahun ni mungkin boleh carum lebih. Kenapa Dishan? Saya dah start dah sikit tadi. Which was regarding the performance of EPF punya ni lah, what they are doing with our contribution. So selalu orang bila ada pengeluaran time COVID hari tu kan, daripada pihak-pihak tertentu punya demand, so dia orang kata, oh itu duit kami, kenapa kita tak boleh dapat apa semua. So what they have been doing is they are investing on behalf of you and me lah, senang cerita. Okay, so just a little background on it. For every 1% dividend yang kita dapat, Azad, KWSP kena kutip sekurang-kurangnya untung around 9 to 9.3 billion. Okay, and so far in first half, macam saya cakap tadi, diorang dah kutip 33.19 billion. Around 33 billion lah. Okay, which is a good thing. Okay, and projected to be around 60 billion for the entire year, H1 and H2, where we can say it. I'm projecting.
You're projecting
In my projection,
okay,
kita akan dapat around 6.4 to 6.5% of dividend.
6.4, 6.5.
Yes, my projection. My personal projection. Okay, ini bukan financial advice ke ataupun apa-apa. Nanti kita kena saman pula kan.
Ini dari projection daripada pakar ekonomi Universiti Malaya.
Kan saya bukan pakar. Saya hanya ada pelajaran dalam bidang ekonomi. Saya bukan pakar. I'm not licensed financial advisor ke apa ke, tak ada. It's just my personal calculation, personal projection. Around that 6.4 to 6.5. Okay. It might be more depending on the performance, but I'm projecting around that.
You hear it here first, folks. 6.4, 6.5 dari pakar IT, pakar ekonomi kita di Shan.
Banyaknya pakar IT, pakar ekonomi. Tak bukan pakar mana-mana lah. So, pakar sembang je.
pakar borak. Okay.
But then just a little background. All this while kan kita dapat around 4 to 5% kan. So at that range, EPF, KWSP was making around 45 billion in terms of benefit, in terms of dia punya untung lah. Okay, but then now, since the first half punya performance was really good, and I'm projecting, I mean not me, but the projection was to be around 60 plus billion. So I'm projecting the dividend, because 1% is equals to 9 billion, okay. 9 to 9.3 lah. So I'm projecting around 6.4 to 6.5 based on that. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually very good numbers kalau betul, sebab actually atas daripada 5% tu agak bagus sebenarnya.
Yeah.
Kan? So this is numbers that our forefathers ataupun our grandparents dream of 6.8. Oh,
actually
6.5,
we had a good performance some time ago lah. Pernah lah 7%, 8% around that. Kita pernah ada. Even ASB pun pernah tinggi sampai 10%, tak silap saya. Dah awal-awal dia launch. As time goes, it went down. I'm not sure how ASB will be performing for this year. But then KWSP, it's gonna be better than last year. Last year it was, tak silap saya, last year was 5.5 for conventional and 5% for Islamic.
Okay.
This year, 6.4, 6.5 is conventional. Islamic, around 6 lah.
Okay. Alright, so Dishan, thank you for that projection. Kalau betul, saya akan call EPF dan mungkin minta mereka untuk ambil you, okay, bekerja.
Boleh negotiate gaji.
Boleh negotiate, insyaAllah. But Dishan, saya pernah dengar satu argument ni, sebab setakat ni EPF kita dia adalah 70% dalam negara, dia invest 70% dalam syarikat negara dan 30% outside, foreign companies. And pulangan dia adalah 50-50. Lebih kurang, almost 50-50 berdasarkan, although 70% dalam negara, tapi yang 30% luar negara tu lebih kurang sama pulangan dia dengan yang lebih banyak dalam negara ni. So Dishan, based upon this, ada juga beberapa argument yang menyatakan bahawa maybe it's time for KWSP kita to think more for the sake of a higher return, maybe should increase sedikit untuk melabur di syarikat asing instead of syarikat dalam negara. What is your take on this?
Before that, what do you say about it?
What do I say?
Do you think we should go abroad more?
I don't think so. Sebab kita kena faham juga yang EPF ni bukan hedge fund, dia bukan apa-apa skim yang ni lah, hanya
skim cepat kaya.
Dia bukan skim untuk mengaut keuntungan semata-mata. Kalau you nak tu, mungkin you boleh pergi ke that's maybe you can go for others lah, other avenues of investments. But for EPF ni, dia ada dua sebenarnya, tiga lah. Dia adalah investment, dia adalah pension fund untuk pekerja-pekerja swasta kita, sebab swasta tak ada pension. Dan yang ketiga pula, dia adalah untuk revenue kepada kita punya syarikat-syarikat dalam, maksudnya dia memupuk ataupun merancakkan lagi ekonomi dalam negara kita. That is EPF, fungsi EPF dan juga ASB. So I would say no, teruskan juga selagi mana ada dia punya pulangan tu kompetitif. It should be good enough lah EPF ni. Kalau contoh misal kata someday dengan di strategi hanya memulangkan sebanyak 3%, 4% atas sedikit daripada inflasi rate, which is 2.5 every single year, then that might be a cause for concern. Tetapi as of right now, EPF is steadily beating the inflation rate, the rate of inflation. So I think it's good enough, Dishan.
I would agree, but I would like to add on to it. Sebab okay lah, since I'm a economy money guy kan.
Yalah, pakar IT, pakar ekonomi.
So I would say yes, the KWSP plays a vital role in terms of the domestic punya industry kan. Because again, kalau bukan KWSP ataupun PNB, KWAP, if this Khazanah, these guys are not investing local, who's gonna invest in the local? Domestic punya market, siapa je nak invest? Malaysian market. So they have a role where they need to support this, but 70% is a lot. So they might want to consider going maybe 60%, 60% domestic, and 40% they can go international. They can go like, I mean, of course, like everyone punya studio, oh, just take my money, go, invest apa, S&P ke, apa ke, blah, 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 so that I can get more returns. 6.4, okay, make it 10. Everyone is greedy.
Yeah.
Tapi they have their role that they need to play for the domestic market. Yes, I agree with you. But 70% is a lot. Maybe they want to consider bringing down a bit. Maybe start with 65 and let's see how it's impacting the domestic market. And then maybe they want to consider, sebab the moment they bring down here, international is going to go up. So return pun probably is going to be more. And maybe I want to touch in terms of breakdown of the investment mix of KWSP.
Okay.
Yang for the first half punya performance, pendapatnya equity diorang 53%. And then bond 27%. Money market 5% and property was 15%. This is a really, really good investment mix tau. Really, really good one. And I would say they don't need to disturb this breakdown. Jangan kacau, leave them, let them do their thing in terms of investment. Sebab investment is not hari ni invest esok kaya. It's a long game. And the moment they put their money here, they park their money here, let it work.
Betul?
Give them some time. You dah kerah diorang dah for past 2 years, 3 years. Minta keluar. Now let them breathe.
Betul.
Bagi diorang masa. And just by giving them space for half of year, we can already see the hasil 33 billion plus.
Betul.
of untung, which is a really good thing. And again, I just want to highlight this. It's not a short-term plan. It's a very, very long-term plan. Look ahead, look at the bigger picture, look at the long run, and let's give them time and just wait for the hasil. Kalau tak ada hasil, persoalkan.
And this is where maybe we can terus pergi kita segue sedikit kepada, I think we should be discussing about ni lah, polisi kerajaan prihatin di mana mereka memberikan option kepada rakyat Malaysia untuk mengeluarkan duit mereka daripada KWSP untuk tujuan masing-masing lah. I feel that was a very big fallacy, sebab dia dibrandingkan sebagai, oh, Abah membantu kita dengan membenarkan kita keluarkan duit KWSP kita.
Abah bagi duit.
Abah bagi duit. Itu duit you. Apa yang Abah bagi duitnya? Tu duit you. Abah did not give you anything. Abah just bagi cakap dekat KWSP, okay, bagi pencarum-pencarum kita keluarkan duit carumannya.
Bring back all the investment tau. They brought back.
Yes. That is a very big fallacy yang kerajaan apa inilah orang-orang mengatakan tentang kerajaan prihatin di mana itu adalah satu yang perkara yang bagus. It's not. Tetapi kita faham waktu tu COVID.
Yeah.
And it was dire situation.
By saying this, orang akan cakap lah, oh, kau tak faham, kau orang kaya, kau banyak duit. No bro, kita tak ada duit.
Yeah.
We don't have money, okay?
Yeah.
Kita tak ada duit. Ya, main minum bos freezer, isi kat rumah.
Saya giant.
Isi kat rumah. Okay? So kita tak ada duit. It's just that why we are saying it, because it's for your later days.
Ya. Saya faham mungkin waktu COVID tu saya faham lah kenapa kerajaan prihatin buat. Tetapi baru-baru ni waktu earlier in the kerajaan Madani punya tenure, they were trying to push for it.
Yes.
Ada gesaan untuk membuat perkara ini. Dan saya applaud YB Rafizi dan juga Datuk Syed Anwar for standing their ground, cakap no, it cannot. KWSP adalah caruman untuk you tua. Mungkin you nak duit sekarang, you tak nampak benda tu, tetapi waktu you tua, you akan thank the government dan juga EPF kerana membantu untuk memastikan pulangan you ada. Sebab tak kisahlah ya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, apa kerja kita sekalipun, kita punya matlamat kena satu, iaitu every single year our money must beat the inflation rate 2.5%. Duit you simpan dalam bank, pulangan hanya 0.4, 0.5.
Sikit saja.
Nominal, sedikit. That's why duit you kena invest. Masuk dalam any investment yang memberikan pulangan yang lebih tinggi daripada 2.5. Tak apa, 3.5. 3 pun tak apa. Janji lebih dari 2.5. Kalau tak, duit you akan reduce in dia punya value. Exactly. So that is why perlu adanya EPF, ASB dan sebagainya. So that's my argument, dan I think you are also in agreement, Dishan?
Yeah, of course I do agree with that. diversify your investment. Just to add on it, diversify. Jangan just letak chum in one place. Kalau dia ASB, letak je kat ASB. Jangan. Diversify. Anything, mutual funds ke apa-apa ke, diversify. Be aware of scams. Okay. Just do your homework, do your research, your self-research. Baru you start invest. Jangan just sebab Dishan cakap, sebab Aizat cakap, oh, esok you pergi invest dekat ni. No. Do your studies, do your research, do your homework, baru invest. Whichever that's suitable for your financial plan, financial sustainability, you go on to. Okay? Don't ever kejar-kejar tentang short term punya plan, short term punya apa ni, benefits apa semua. There's no shortcuts, okay?
Betul. Dishan, I think mungkin sebelum kita wrap up this topic, just one more. Baru-baru ni, not really baru ni, saya rasa bulan lepas, if I'm not mistaken, ada berita daripada MEF, Malaysian Employer Federation. Basically MEF ni adalah persatuan untuk majikan lah. Ada mereka mencadangkan kepada government ataupun mereka mendapat cadangan untuk menaikkan percentage caruman daripada side pekerja from 11% maybe to 13-14%, maksudnya lebih daripada 11% lah. They are issuing a suggestion to the government. So dekat sini, Dishan, is it a good move, Dishan, to make it a statutory contribution lebih daripada 11%?
In terms of investment plan, yes, of course it is. I mean, of course, it directly kalau nak kata, oh, in terms of financial, yes, of course it is good. Yes, I will totally agree with that. But it depends on how much you are earning as well. If you are just earning like just on par, like berapa, like basic salary, ataupun you are earning like 2000, 2005 and you are living in KL, again, it depends case by case kan. So if your commitment is more, you would be suffering today. So if you are contributing more, it's gonna make a big hit on you. Tapi maybe they wanna consider untuk have a bracket. Macam how tax system works kan. We have this tax brackets kan. So maybe like until for example, if you hit 4,000 your monthly salary 4,000, maybe you have to pay like maybe 12%. You have to kena carum 12%. I think yang tu more reliable lah, rather than just everyone a standard. Sekarang 11%, everyone standardized. Starting next year 13%. It's not fair. And also for majikan pun, kenapa tak nak naik? Kalau dia nak sangat individual contribution, the employee tu naik kan, employer naik lah.
Yeah, that's fair. I think untuk naik dua-dua. Based upon that tax bracket ataupun that quote unquote bracket lah
bracket system.
Bracket system. I think that's
sebab I mean to be fair lah kan, the bigger the salary is, the larger your amount that you're earning is, maybe the amount of contribution that the employer needs to contribute should be smaller lah, sebab the amount is gonna be big. Contohlah 10% of gaji 2,000 dengan 10% of gaji 20,000 is totally different.
Betul.
So maybe it will go smaller for the employer, but it will get bigger for the employee. So it will make a balanced mix, and employers pun wouldn't feel much of the hit of the increase, and employees pun it will be reasonable for them to make their living as well. So
employer punya bracket ni berdasarkan revenue lah.
I would say in terms of how much they are paying the employee lah. The same bracket category, tapi percentage lain lah.
Alright, okay, got it.
Revenue pun is a good suggestion actually.
Yeah, revenue, tapi a bit tricky.
It's tricky lah dah, sebab people can play kan.
Yeah, revenue boleh play, and kalau revenue je mungkin orang akan marah. Profit is a bit more easier.
Profit, yes. Tapi profit, it's another thing. It's very subjective.
Betul. So but regardless of what, I think 11, 12, 13% ni okay dah sebenarnya. Tapi we are always looking for ways to improve. And kalau ada and semua pihak boleh capai kata sepakat, then it's good enough. Sebab kita selalu nampak yang kita selalu demonize majikan, tapi majikan pun kita kena faham, kita kena simpati juga kepada mereka. Sebab at the end of the day, they're trying to run a business and not a charity fund. It's not That is not their intention whatsoever.
It is profit driven. That's the only goal of any company, any majikan.
Betul.
It's not government institution lain. The moment you have a own business, own company, it's always profit driven.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's good enough, Dishan, untuk KWSP. Just a very quick note. Tak kisahlah macam mana sekalipun guys. First step, invest. Beat the apa tu orang kata? Tadi saya sebut banyak kali.
Inflation rate.
Yeah, inflation rate 2.5% tu.
2.5, around that lah.
Around that every single year. Beat it. Number one, invest. Number two, invest wisely. Tu je dua pesanan saya dan juga mungkin Dishan boleh adopt sekali.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Beware of scams lah.
Yeah, beware of scams. So, alright, we'll take a short break and we'll see you again after the break. See you.
So, welcome back guys. So, Zed,
Yes.
hutang saya bila nak bayar?
Hutang?
Ha.
Ada hutang ke?
Ada, banyak.
Hutang apa ni?
Ni pakai barang-barang ni semua bila nak bayar?
QR.
Nanti hantar QR lah.
QR. Tapi dengar cerita QR macam kena
charge.
charge untuk siapa tu?
Mana ni Zed?
Itulah risau.
Lepas tu kena bayar lebih lah.
Mengapu. Cepat.
Alright, so kita nak cakap pasal QR Pay.
Okay.
Yang mana baru-baru ni BNM umumkan yang akan ada charge yang kecil lah katanya. So they come out with the official announcement effective 1st October akan ada charge.
Okay.
So I just want to ask you, what do you think? Should they charge?
Okay, kita kena lay down the premise dulu.
Yeah, of course.
Charge yang 2% berapa?
0.25.
0.25% ni adalah untuk vendor. Maksudnya dalam transaksi menjual beli lah kan. So whether perlu atau tidak tu sebab saya difahamkan, mungkin Dishan boleh correct saya kalau salah, the reason why they are doing this is because ada cost untuk run the system and sebab sistem ni bukan di-run oleh the bank itself. It is run by third parties. So nak bayar kepada third party inilah yang jadi masalah, hence why perlukan charge 0.25% ni, which is not a lot, tetapi untuk bila kita ambil konteks dalam konteks vendor tu 0.25 dia campur, it can add. That's why dia jadi masalah di sini.
Betul.
So nampak macam okey, tetapi let's look at the vendor punya side. Bila vendor ditekan dengan 0.25% ni, vendor akan menekan balik kepada the users.
Yeah. At the end, siapa yang bayar?
Siapa yang bayar? Kita jugalah. So I would say maybe how did we survive, Dishan? Before this tak ada charge. Now kenapa perlu kita charge sekarang, Dishan?
Okay. So why? I mean, I wasn't part of the bank, part of the system development.
Oh bukan?
Bukan.
Oh,
Tak
tapi
ada.
pala tahu macam ya.
Tak pala tahu. So buat research.
Bagus.
So what happened was, up to my understanding is, diorang tak kenakan charge supaya galakkan orang guna benda tu. Gunakan QR Pay, gunakan cashless lah, this cashless. Sebab government pun is in the initiative of menggalakkan lebih banyak cashless kan, supaya we don't carry cash and everything. The idea of cashless sebab nak kurangkan aliran wang lah. Tapi but that was a good initiative, good program apa semua kan. So untuk menggalakkan benda tu, there was no any charge. And people were already comfortable with it apa semua. Then dia datang. Macam saya dah memang tak bawa cash dah. Saya bawa card holder je sekarang. Tapi tiba-tiba sekarang ni ada charge ni. Aduh, rasa macam nak bawa cash pula. So
this is inilah trik biasalah yang digunakan.
Yes. In marketing, that's what once people already hooked to it, then they will start to impose small charges and everything.
Very good. Macam Yusri lah. Yusri pun suka buat benda-benda macam ni. Dia bagi free dulu.
Nanti dia lama-lama dia kerak.
Alright, okay. By the way, Yusri is one of our production crew. Dia ada di belakang tu. Dia tengah high tapi tak nampak lah. Tak apalah Yus, saya sampaikan lah you punya high tu Okay. Teruskan Dishan.
Alright, so what happens now is diorang kenakan charge lah, which they say it's a small amount, but you explain it rightly. It's 0.25% every transaction.
Yeah.
Walaupun transaction tu RM1 ataupun RM100, it's still the same.
Betul.
And then every transaction 0.25, which will accumulate to a lot. And
Betul.
and to extend on it, transaction on QR sahaja is really a lot, the number. And every transaction they are getting 0.25%, which is banyak lah sebenarnya, which will end up being charged to the end user, which
Betul.
is us lah, kita.
Yeah.
Kita yang akan bayar nanti.
Yeah.
But then in terms of marketing ni kan ada banyak cara kan, ada yang hantar statement dulu, and then akan ada counter, and then we baru-baru ni ada counter statement lah daripada beberapa bank yang katanya they will absorb. Starting from public bank keluarkan dulu statement, dia kata siapa-siapa yang gunakan perkhidmatan QR dia tak akan charge
Indefinitely kan?
Yes, dia akan absorb lah charge tu katanya. So once public bank keluar, biasalah bank-bank lain takkan nak duduk diam.
Betul.
They will lose their customers. So Maybank pun start, and then baru-baru ni up till today it was Public Bank, Maybank and Hong Leong Bank. So I'm expecting financial institution ni macam ni lah. Dia populist juga.
Betul.
And populism exists everywhere. The moment one starts, everyone will have to follow. If not, they will lose their customer.
Betul.
At the end, they are chasing customers juga. So the moment one starts, everyone is gonna follow it. And I'm hoping in the upcoming week, banyak lagi bank yang akan start to have it. And kalau tak silap saya, hari Selasa ni PMX akan ada meeting pasal benda ni. So mungkin PMX pun akan ambil approach populis untuk berjumpa dengan QRP punya company ni. Okay. Untuk negotiate pula. Saya ada lah political tactic yang kita tahu kan.
Betul. Which is ni lah, I again for this I have to side with the people lah dekat sini.
Of course.
I feel that sebab 0.25% yang dikenakan kepada vendor ni dia kecil, tapi dia again kita dah beberapa kali cakap dia akan accumulate. Tetapi yang jadi masalahnya bila dia tekan vendor akan tekan pengguna, tetapi bila vendor tekan pengguna there's no limit yang dikenakan. Macam kalau vendor dah kena tekan 0.25%, tapi kalau pengguna berapa pula akan ditekan oleh vendor? Maybe 2 to 3%.
Suka hati dia.
Ya, suka hati dia. So at the end of the day, who is protecting the end user macam kita ni? So I think this is a move that is very appreciated by Public Bank, Maybank dan juga Hong Leong. Give prop to them and give credit where credit is due. So saya harap inilah akan lebih banyak lagi bank absorb supaya kita sebagai end user tidak terasa sangat daripada polisi ni.
It's a good move as you said. We need to give credit to them. And we are hoping all banks will start to do that. Teruskan move ni. And again, charge ni macam Aizat cakap, bila dia tekan pengguna bila dia tekan vendor akan tekan pengguna.
Dan yang menjadi masalahnya, dia tekan tu tak ada limit.
Jadi lebih-lebih lah.
Takut tu. Okay Dishan, just a little quick note. Kalau saya hairan lah Dishan, sebab kalau dalam isu ini bank boleh, macam Public Bank, Maybank semua boleh serap 0.25% tu, kenapa dalam isu MEPS bank tak boleh serap?
MEPS sebab MEPS sebenarnya boleh lah kalau dia nak serap. But dia tak jadi case populis macam ni kan. But again, what happens is MEPS ni case dia it was interbank kan, and it exists since very long, and dia pengeluaran cash. Bila pengeluaran cash ni daripada ATM kan, so ATM tu memerlukan manpower yang a lot. Orang yang untuk hantar cash tu, deposit cash dalam tu, apa semua, and then untuk maintain ATM machine tu apa semua, it incurs a lot of cost dah. Dalam konteks QR ni, it's nothing much. I wouldn't say nothing much, tapi dia hanya sistem. There's no any physical benda-benda physical yang memerlukan manpower sangat. ATM machine tu pula sistem plus physical existence. So kat situ ada that RM1 charge lah. which I think they should already start to absorb. Tapi it's still there. I think it's something that the banks need to look into lah. Of course lah, banks, they will always try to find a way to get something out of everything.
Yeah, because that is one of the problems that I have with maps ni, sebab seperti mana yang kita tahu ataupun mungkin tidak, kita punya institusi bank ni sangat-sangat kaya. It is one of the most lucrative market di dalam Malaysia. Kalau you tengok the top 50 institution ataupun 50 companies dalam Malaysia, banyaknya dipelopori oleh bank. Maybank is one of the most lucrative portfolio you boleh ada dalam investment portfolio you. So why not untuk isu kecil macam maps ni dapat diselesaikan melalui serapan oleh bank dan sebagainya. Okay, but
it's a good suggestion.
Yeah. Dishan, maybe we can take a quick break sebab cuaca tak menentu sekarang ni.
Itulah tu.
Kita take a quick break and we will assess kita belum habis lagi, kita ada satu lagi topik, tapi kami perlu assess dulu cuaca macam mana, okey ke tidak. Okay, thank you guys, see you.
Sana kena hujan tak? Kena hujan tak?
Welcome back guys. After assessing the situation, kita akan habiskan mungkin secepat mungkin dan juga as comprehensive as we can, walaupun hujan, sebab kami rasakan this is very important untuk kita discuss untuk you guys. So we are doing this for you guys in particular. So make sure to like and subscribe. Kalau tak subscribe, kami takkan start. Kami akan duduk sini tunggu. Dan dah subscribe belum? Dah. Okay, baru start.
Alright. Maju Azad.
Kita kena sikit-sikit kalau tak boleh tarik.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so let's jump straight away.
Okay, apa dia?
So ada permintaan daripada satu society ni, daripada rakan-rakan kita di seberang.
Di seberang mana ni? Seberang kiri ke seberang kanan?
Seberang kanan.
Kanan okay.
Assuming lah kanan. Okay, so daripada Kadazan Society Sabah, they requested, bukanlah requested, they suggested untuk hari gawai dan juga hari keamatan ni dijadikan sebagai hari public holiday lah. So
sekarang ni bukan?
Sekarang bukan. Sekarang is just regional holiday. So hanya di Sabah, Sarawak dan juga Labuan, tak silap saya, yang cuti. Tapi di Semenanjung tak. So saya nak tanya Zat, there's a fact that we need to agree, which is Malaysia banyak cuti, dah banyak sangat cuti umum. So do we need an additional two more days here?
Okay. Saya yakin Dishan akan discuss lebih lanjut tentang cuti banyak tu, mungkin daripada segi majikan, daripada the economy side of things. Tetapi bagi saya sendiri Dishan, personally, memang kita dah banyak cuti, tapi cuti hari gawai dan hari keamatan ni penting. Sebab dia adalah the equivalent of hari Christmas, hari Deepavali untuk you, dan juga hari raya untuk I, dan juga Yusri dan Hai di belakang sana. Dia sangat signifikan sebab dia adalah hari perayaan untuk kaum. Dan saya yakin dan saya percaya ada beberapa public holiday yang kita dah sedia ada yang mungkin tidak perlu menjadi public holiday.
Contohnya?
Saya tak boleh nak bagi contoh sekarang. Saya tak boleh berfikir sebab tengah hujan sekarang ni. But I'm very sure.
Contohnya hari wilayah.
Hari wilayah mungkin.
Tapi itu untuk KL je lah.
Untuk KL je lah. Tetapi yes, we have to look at it. Tetapi there must be a balance between terlalu banyak cuti dan cuba untuk incorporate rakan-rakan daripada Borneo kita ni. Saya punya suggestion is maybe to look at ni lah. Ada ke tidak cuti public holiday yang kita boleh mansuhkan.
Saya tutup buku dulu lah. Air hujan.
Betul. Untuk kita beri ruang kepada hari gawai dan hari keamatan. So Dishan, economy side, what's up?
Of course it's a big no.
Okay.
Of course it's a big no. Okay, why? Sebab let's talk domestic dulu. The moment kalau tak silap saya hari tu sebelum PRU kot, yang di mana kerajaan umumkan cuti a day before PRU, hari Jumaat. Tak silap saya lah, that period or some other thing, tapi related to election time tu, ada diumumkan cuti umum, sama ada cuti umum federal ataupun cuti negeri lah.
Saya rasa ini yang Selangor tu cuti.
Tak silap saya lah, maybe Selangor.
Untuk ni election ya.
Yes.
Hari Jumaat kan? Betul.
So time tu apa ni, owner Maidin,
Okay.
owner Maidin,
Datuk Maidin lah.
Datuk Maidin lah, Datuk Maidin something kan. Dia ada bagi tahu just by that one announcement dia rugi a few million, 1 million plus, tak silap saya. So if only for Maidin boleh rugi sebanyak tu, we can just assume how much impact it's gonna cost to the economy, to the government economy, and to international as well. The trades and everything akan shut down. So we can just assume tiba-tiba bila announce macam tu apa jadi. And we know currently pun kita dah banyak sangat cuti. And by adding a few more domestically, it's unhealthy lah for economy, obviously. Okay, let's go international a bit. In terms of pelaburan asing, when there's investors nak datang ke Malaysia, bila dia nak buka dia punya company, dia punya kilang, apa semua operation dekat sini, dia nak something yang boleh operate all the time and boleh generate revenue, generate profit all the time.
Yeah.
So the moment dia tengok Malaysia, oh dah banyak sangat cuti, and then kita nak announce lagi cuti, it's kind of like we are repelling them. Macam, oh nanti aku hilang lah, contoh lah, aku hilang lah 2 hari ni, aku hilang lah 10 million contohnya. So economically it's not healthy.
And also Dishan, maybe I don't have the numbers with me, maybe you can help me with this. Mungkin kita boleh bagi konteks kepada penonton dan pendengar kita, sejauh mana banyak sangat ke Malaysia bagi cuti ni? Kalau kita comparekan dengan negara-negara lain, Dishan.
Okay, specific countries I don't remember, but we are 5th in the list of saya rasa ada list tu.
Sekejap ya, you sama dulu.
So we are 5th in terms of the list of countries that has the most number of public holidays. Okay? And if we would want to list down the top 10, banyak country, even the 4 countries that are ahead of us, diorang ni economically very very bad. We can see that. And do you have the list there?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Jadi negara yang pertama paling banyak cuti adalah negara Myanmar. This is according to Tribune Online Nigeria. Jadi nombor 1 adalah Myanmar, nombor 2 negara yang paling banyak cuti adalah Nepal, diikuti dengan Iran, yang keempat adalah Sri Lanka, dan yang kelima adalah Malaysia.
And obviously you can know, we know in our region Myanmar how bad it is.
Yeah.
And Sri Lanka baru-baru ni, you know what happened to their economy, what happened to their government, what happened to their politics scene.
Yeah.
And Malaysia, antara top 5 tu, I rasa Malaysia yang is doing
the best lah.
Arguably good. So if we would want to put on more holidays, saya rasa it's not gonna be a healthy one lah. Sebab the moment, contohlah kita bagi 2 hari ni, and then nanti maybe I'm being selfish here. I would say lah, oh kenapa Raya 2 hari, Chinese New Year 2 hari, Deepavali sehari. Okay. So saya pun nak lagi 1 hari. So it's gonna create more and more arguments, more and more discussions. I'm not, by saying this, I'm not being ignorant to them. I'm saying they deserve to celebrate their days, but maybe we just kekalkan the regional holiday rather than having it entirely for the nation.
Sebab dia jadi masalah sekarang ni, Dishan, adalah kenapa? Contohnya yang kita boleh bagi adalah dalam konteks universiti. Contohnya pelajar-pelajar Sabah dan Sarawak, dekat Sabah, Sarawak dah cuti hari keamatan dan hari gawai. Tetapi dekat sini kelas macam biasa. Jadi diorang,
we have been in the,
yeah,
kita gaduh berapa kali benda tu.
Yes, exactly. Benda ni adalah isu yang ongoing. So katakanlah misal kata sekalipun Dishan is not a national holiday, kalau betul ada kekangan di situ untuk membuat, I think boleh
je,
boleh main,
nak buat boleh buat,
nak main dengan macam saya cakap lah, the fine line, the middle line would be hari gawai dan hari keamatan jadikan public holiday. Mungkin kita boleh kurangkan daripada tempat lain, mana boleh. So tetapi katakanlah kalau tak boleh sekalipun Dishan, maybe we can play with the requirement ataupun the modification sedikit, iaitu kita perlu buat satu polisi di mana student-student daripada Borneo diberikan cuti. Maksudnya bukan discretion university, tetapi adalah satu polisi. Memang arahan daripada kementerian KPT sendiri. Contoh macam tu. Tapi untuk pekerja jadi masalah pula.
Betul.
So those kind of things memang kita there must be a way for us to work through this. Tetapi Dishan, just to play with your numbers yang you cakap tadi waktu pasal Malaysia banyak cuti, 5 negara top yang saya bacakan sebentar tadi, it all comes from Asia juga, Dishan. There's a pattern between cuti dan juga Asia countries. Maybe this is something that is interesting for us to highlight, tapi I don't think we have an answer to that yet. Kalau ada, mungkin kita akan bincangkan dalam topik episod yang akan datang. But Dishan, as far as cuti and also negara-negara maju ni, kita lihat negara maju tak ada dalam list ni, tetapi working life balance diorang ataupun working environment diorang is considered healthy. Kalau kita tengok dalam MNC pun banyak benda yang diorang boleh kenalkan. Diorang kenalkan well-being day, if I'm not mistaken, untuk memastikan katakanlah kalau dalam sebulan tu you ada satu cuti, satu hari untuk you bercuti, you boleh ambil cuti, tak kisahlah you nak ambil reason apa sekalipun, you boleh ambil. That is your right. So benda macam tu dalam konteks negara kita tak ada benda tu, tapi MNC ada. And what I'm trying to say is that statutory cuti tak banyak, tetapi they are giving a lot of benefits to their workers and etc. Tetapi bila dalam konteks negara kita ada cuti yang banyak, tetapi in terms of banyak benefit kepada pekerja tu kurang. So those kind of things, Dishan, I would say maybe instead of bagi banyak cuti, we should be looking towards how to regulate ataupun to promote a better working environment dan juga better working benefits for our employees as well.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, of course. And the culture that MNC is bringing is a start, of course, to something that other industries, GLC ke government institution to look into, and of course to incorporate whichever that works for them. And I totally agree in terms of the benefits. Work-life balance is really a good emphasis, a good practice that needs to be done. And contohnya macam ada negara, saya tak sure which country, but Western country, orang ada bagi cuti on your birthday. That's a good practice as well.
Yeah, it is a good practice. Tetapi benda ni susah untuk regulate sebab again macam kita kena mengakui MNC bolehlah buat sebab dia besar. Tapi kalau buat ke SME mampus. Susah.
They need to operate every day.
So government intervention tu saya tak rasa perlu dekat sini, tetapi it's a matter of ni lah. Kalau kita kalau cuti kita tak banyak, mungkin our employers lebih berbesar hati untuk menawarkan these benefits yang lebih banyak. Sebab knowing full well cuti tak banyak, so might as well we top up dengan ni. Basically dia quid pro quo lah, Dishan. Kita top up di mana perlu. Tetapi kan berbalik kepada isu core kita, cuti hari gawai, hari keamatan, my take is perlu, tetapi kita juga perlu bear in mind cuti dah banyak, so kena adjust sikit kat situ, kasih adjust kat situ. So Dishan,
and my take is just remain as status quo, regional holiday.
Alright, fine. Alright. Mungkin you akan dapat beberapa kecaman daripada kawan-kawan rakan Sabah Sarawak kita.
Minta maaf.
But it's okay. Itulah lumrah kehidupan sebagai podcaster. Okay, jadi saya rasa di situ saja, Dishan.
Okay, ada orang call dia.
Ada orang call. Okay, mungkin bukan panggilan daripada atas
Bukan.
Alright. Okay. Okay. Saya rasa that's enough for this episode. Thank you so much guys for supporting us. Please do know that we value your thoughts and also your support. Dan mulai episod ini saya rasa eloklah untuk kita mengalu-alukan apa-apa komen, suggestion daripada the crowd. Kami mendengar dan kami melihat jika ada cadangan topik yang ingin dibincangkan oleh kami akan ambil dalam pertimbangan kami.
Of course.
InsyaAllah. So let's have a fruitful engagement dan we hope to hear from you as well rather than you just hearing from us only. So guys, thank you again and we'll see you in the next episode.
Ciao.
Ciao. Nasib weh, dah berhenti siang hujan.